Hi, I'm Lewis, CEO of BioScout, and we build real-time airborne disease sensors and management platforms for agriculture. Australia is the most biosecure country in the world, and yet fungal disease causes over 20% of yield losses every year. For farmers, this means they spend nearly $260 million on fungicides alone to try and stop this problem. Obviously, there is a breakdown between modern disease control practices for farming. Globally, this problem is much worse, with farmers across the world spending over $16 billion in fungicides to try and prevent disease spread. But without sensors to actually work out what's happening on their farm when it comes to disease, farmers are ending up spraying and praying that their crops are safe. BioScout was inspired by asking the question, what if we could see what was in the air around us? What if we could see diseases spreading on the air currents before they infected the crop? Imagine what you could do with that data. Well, that's why we built our system, a real-time, autonomous, airborne disease sensor and management platform. What we do is quite simple. We sample the air 24/7, collecting the airborne contaminants that are present in the air around us. We can then use automated microscopy and spectral analysis to identify and count what diseases we find in the air. We feed this data into our artificial intelligence networks, which allows us to identify and enumerate the spores and pollen that we see in the air around us. We then map this out onto farmers' fields using our array of sensors. What this means is we can tell farmers within 6 hours what diseases are in their farm, where they've come from, and where they're going to go. They can see a multitude of data which allows them to make informed decisions about where they're spraying their fungicides, what fungicides they're going to spray. Are the fungicides that they're using actually stopping the disease? They can see the new resistant crop varieties they're using are actually working to stop disease spread. All of these options are now available to farmers using our platform. So BioScout actually started during my PhD at the University of Sydney, where my research was looking at how to detect wheat rust using UAVs and drones. My two co-founders, Henry and Saron, actually joined as my honours students, and their projects actually led to some of the really cool technology that we now use. So one of our really early failures was realising that drones, with their current technology and the regulations that surround them, aren't quite ready. The technology worked really well, but we couldn't scale commercially. At this point, one of our farmers, he simply said, look guys, I really like the technology, but forget the drones. Just put it on a box, on a pole. Can you do that for me? I'll buy them right away. And so we went and deep dived into building this new product. We completely transitioned from a drone-based product to a stationary sensor. 3 months later, we had a finished product, and within 6 months, we were on farm with a commercially viable product. And so now we're at a point where we've been developing this technology for years in the research lab. We've brought it out onto farms across Australia. We're across 5 different states with our boxes on poles, detecting disease 24/7. So coming from a research background, all of us had experience building innovative new technology. But there is a big jump between something that works in the lab or works with scientists and something that works completely autonomously every day in the farm, in what is one of the harshest environments in the world. That was a big learning point for us. Our engineering and design had to dramatically improve to get to a state where we could sell this product confidently to farmers. These devices have now survived cyclones in far north Queensland, bushfires in South Australia, and floods in New South Wales. They've seen the whole spectrum of weather. They've been operating for nearly 18 months, and we're really confident that these devices can last for years, even in some of the harshest conditions. So currently we're now on 7 farms across Australia. We now have one of the largest fungal disease datasets in the world, with millions of samples of disease vectors collected through multiple different farms. We've picked up disease before it's become symptomatic on the crop. We've let farmers know if their fungicides are even working, and we've also shown when or when not to spray. So all of this is why we're now halfway through raising our seed round. This is the culmination of 3 years of research and development, of working with our customers and deploying across Australia. We're looking for investors who have skin in the game and who want to change the way the world monitors and manages diseases, not just for crops, but for livestock and humans as well. So if you're interested in investing or just want to know more about BioScout, please reach out to me or the team. We're really excited to grow our products across Australia and the world.